Ciao Mais. Ehm, Prima mi hanno detto che la cosa più bella che hai trovato a Verona e in Italia che non c'è in America sono le osterie, come Morandin. E parlami delle osterie, perché anche per me sono un punto di incontro e di cibo per mangiare fantastico che non si trova in giro e capisco che dall'America a differenza e la qualità che si trova in certe osterie a Verona ma in Italia possa essere interessante.
Well, for me, the I was talking about how places like Osteria Morandin don't exist in the States. It's because, in general, and places do exist like this in from different cultural kind of perspectives. But in terms of what's considered American food, um, things that are kind of handmade are considered a luxury in America, and like a very high kind of income bracket is marketed to, you know, that these handmade, local, organic things are like something that's only for people who have the money to do it. Where here, everyone that, you know, generally that you go to their house, they have, you know, some herbs growing on the terrace, you know, they have fresh food all the time. They're usually cooking with fresh food. Most people cook at least once or twice a day at home. This kinds of things, for most of the people that I know, it's not really normal. And so there's just kind of a different priority on what is what a good life is here. And I think that the food is a good way to, the way that people view food and the way that people view nature and everything here should kind of be a way for people to understand the difference between Italy and America, because people don't prioritize taking the time to take care of themselves in the same way. Or if they are, it's kind of like, yeah, this is a luxury to take care of yourself, to be healthy, to, you know. So it's here, you know, people maybe have less money or less kind of like flashing, but yeah, the kind of situation is just more, there's just a more real notion of what it means to be, you know, living well. Yeah.
E sempre a proposito di questo, mi hanno detto che in America non mangiate cavallo e che sia te che tua moglie eravate molto sorpresi e avete poi scoperto con meraviglia la pastissata del cavallo, il musso, l'asino della cucina veronese. No?
Uh, I understood a bit, but the no, yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, my yeah. When I came many years ago, I was sitting with my friend Fabrizio Palumbo, who's a great artist in Torino, and he was our host at the time when we performed in Torino. And in the night, we all went to a restaurant, and on the menu was polenta with asino. And I said, "Oh, what is this? Is this donkey?" And he said, yeah, it's donkey. And I said, Fabrizio, what does this taste like? And he goes, it's a bit like horse. And, you know, I was maybe 23 or something. And I thought to myself, you eat like horses? Like horsies? Like, you know, we have such a different relationship. And then I tried it and it was delicious. And I was like, but in Japan, I also had like carpaccio di cavallo.
In Japan?
Yeah, in Japan as well. So it's, you know, it's more common outside. But I remember, speaking of Morandin, I was looking for the address once, so I searched on the internet, and I saw there was a review on TripAdvisor, and someone said, "We didn't know, that they serve donkey and horse meat. We didn't stay around to try it." It was just like really like, felt very disgusted by it. I couldn't believe that someone would go to another country like that and leave some kind of review as if, yeah. And also, they should try it because it's really delicious. Anyway.
Ok, cambiando genere di domanda, parlando con i C+C Maxi Gross tempo fa in un'intervista, mi hanno detto che rispetto all'America ti è piaciuto vedere qua da noi nella scena italiana un interesse a creare momenti di condivisione, creare musica anche al di fuori di quello che è poi il pensarlo attraverso un budget, cioè che in America un progetto spesso viene finanziato, viene avviato solo se c'è un guadagno o comunque se ci sono grosse risorse per farlo partire. Invece in Italia spesso non è così e questo è sia una cosa positiva che negativa per noi.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I mean, for me, I have a. Yeah, I don't know. I've done a lot of things that have never made any money in my life, and I've done a lot of different things only for money, and I don't know. For me, I have to do what I do because I have something inside me that doesn't ask the question. So I have to find some way to feed myself at the same time. If they intersect naturally, then that's wonderful, and I feel very blessed because then I can really be in a flow. But this is not a guarantee, and I think that I was surprised to see people in Italy doing things regardless of the money because I feel like it spoke of a desire to really make something. Where most of my experience with making music with a group that was touring and in a context like America and this kind of notion of indie music that's occurring now, this world, it felt like there was a lot of people that once they started to make enough money from music to live, you have to then pay attention all the time to this thing because it's feeding you. And then you start to develop an anxious relationship with that, and it can really change and really kind of influence your choices. So to me, I found a lot of people concerned with this problem in Italy. I found people that thought, I really don't want to make my work impure. I want to keep my work very pure. And this to me is a very inspiring thing to see young people with this notion, because really this makes the work quality. And what happens is if people, I think, do things strictly for the motivation of their internal passion, or also to give something to the community and to the people that where they live, I feel like this can really create a change in the perspective of what is important in life, and I believe that the community can start to support itself somehow, because money is very important in that it gives us the ability to live, but only to a certain extent. So I think that people here feel like they understand that money is not the only way to be happy. So that's the way that I feel like it's this balance, you know? I know you have to make something, but you realize that if you had all the money in the world, you would not necessarily be more happy than what you have now, you know? Where this, you know, so it's important to me.
Ok, parlando di questo mi è venuta in mente una domanda di cui mi scuso e non credo che serva una traduzione, ma volevo sapere cosa ne pensi di Donald Trump. I think you have an opinion. It's just about your opinion on Donald Trump, if you have one.
He has enough people with opinions. It's obvious.
I know.
He's a fascist. He's either a fascist dictator. Okay. Donald Trump will either be a real fascist dictator, or he's just part of a elaborate tool to keep people distracted from the fact that they are being robbed all the time of their time and their money. Yeah. So either way, he's either an indication of a much more kind of terrible conspiracy, or he is just a kind of, you know, dangerous rich person, which there are a lot of dangerous rich people. I'm kind of bored with him.
We brought actually some objects. They are belonging to us in terms of some of us, and because we wanted you to speak something about you, starting from some of these objects, in terms if they remind you anything of your life. You know what I mean? Okay.
Terrible. This elephant makes me think of my first tattoo, which is kind of funny. This is Behemoth, who is the biblical demon of animal strength from the book of Job, that I got while I was listening to some metal in my friend's kitchen. It was his fourth tattoo. His name is Yushi. He's a Japanese guy. This is like 20 years ago, something like that. And he says to me, "I want to practice tattooing." And I said, "Oh yeah?" He said, "I tattoo 4 times. You will be number 5. "Oh yeah? Really?" He said, "I tattoo anything on you for free except for skull and mohawk. I don't want to do skull and fucking mohawk anymore." Anything. And I showed him this picture, and he was like, "Oh, great." So we spent many hours in his kitchen tattooing. Yeah, anyway, that's what the elephant makes me think of. It's fucking hilarious. I also was the first person to give Yushi, the tattoo artist, LSD, and that was another really crazy story. He was really, wild. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.